tournament at Glasgow's Kelvin Hall.
Good evening. This year we're raising our glasses in celebration of this, the 15th Glenfiddich International Indoor Hockey Tournament, coming to you from the Kelvin Hall. Widely considered to be one of the top indoor events in the world, this year 7 nations are represented, coming from as far afield as Australia and the United States. The 8 teams are split into 2 groups, and here's how Pool A lines up. From England come East Grinstead, the side which, along with St Albans, has dominated indoor hockey in the south. They've played here at the Kelvin Hall twice before, and in 1988 they won the competition after producing one of the greatest ever recoveries, after trailing Mingott Hill 7-0 at half-time. They're final, and they have in their ranks one Richard Lehman, one of Great Britain's gold medalists from the Seoul Olympics. Hatton fly the flag for Holland, and they've been doing that almost single-handedly for the last decade. Dutch hockey officials believe that the outdoor game should be played 12 months a year, and they've all but squeezed out the indoor game in that country. Hatton persist in playing it though, but with very little competition. Understandably, they've come into this tournament rather cold, but they've improved with each game. By contrast, in Germany, the indoor game is hugely important, and Harvey-Stuhuder are one of its masters. The defending Glenfiddich champions are back with more dazzling displays of stick skills and teamwork. Last year's player of the tournament, Stefan Saliger, again looks very much in the mood, and his side is in a class of its own. From the United States come the US Eagles, coached by an Irishman. This is the core of the team which we'll see at the Atlanta Olympics in 2 years' time. They've qualified, of course, as hosts there, and with very little in the way of competition stateside, the Glenfiddich is an important part of their preparations. Well, they've learned a lot, or rather, they've been taught a few lessons. The US Eagles finished bottom of Pool A with the defending champions Harvey-Stuhuder going through unbeaten to the semis, along with East Grinstead. In Pool B, much was expected from Australian side the Antipodeans, but the team seeded 3rd in the tournament will be disappointed with their showing, but perhaps not surprised. The players only arrived in Scotland a couple of days before the competition began, and that was after a 48-hour stopover en route in Seoul without any practice facilities. Their journey clearly had an effect on their performance. On the other hand, one of 2 Scottish sides, Western Indispension, have been a real revelation. They expected to be contesting last place at the Kelvin Hall, but the Scottish 2nd Division leaders have played top-level hockey. With 2 guests, Craig Watkins and Michael Starlin, and 2 schoolboys in their squad, they've surprised everyone with controlled and skillful performances. Irish outfit Avoca Mazda were late replacements. They're the standard bearers of indoor hockey in Ireland and are previous winners here in Glasgow. The showing this year will give them great heart for the coming European Championships. Many expect them to move up from the B standard into the big time there. And finally, Scotland's Mingott Hill are firm favourites in this competition. They've won it 3 times and are seeded 2nd this year. The Dundee club has had a poor season by their own standards. They've dropped to 5th in the Scottish League. But as ever, the atmosphere in the Kelvin Hall and the skills of John Christie, Paul Golden and company have inspired and lifted their performances. Indeed, they're through to the semi-final with 2 wins out of 3, and so too is the real surprise packet of the tournament, Western Indispension. Some marvellous performances have put them top of the table. So both Scottish teams through to the semi-finals, and we'll see the first of those right now. Mingott Hill take on the formidable defending champions Harvey-Stuhuder for a place in the final. And watch out too for an intriguing battle for the scoring limelight between John Christie and Stefan Saliger. Commentary comes from Alistair Alexander.
So the first semi-final underway, and the pushback to the Germans getting possession. Their captain number 17, Christian Stengler, immediately bringing in Staudinger into the play. The Germans like to strike early. Saliger's got space. He makes the room, and a beautiful shot, but just clipping the side netting. Saliger's skills immediately to the fore. Danger here threatening, and the way he just drifted away into the corner, and the reverse shot coming so close. Graham Anderson, the Scottish umpire, awarding that one to the Germans, the defending champions. And again, Saliger, skills, opening the Mingis Hill defence with ease, as if he was opening a tin of peas with a can opener and driving the ball into the corner. This is brilliant skill all the way, and the Germans ahead 1-0. Christie for Mingis Hill. Captain Ross Yule linking up with veteran Paul Golden. Again, the Germans trying to break, and again they've got a set-piece corner. They lead by 1-0. Stengler, number 17. Driven in cleanly, crisply by Bjorn Gerke, number 11, and Harvester raised to a 2-0 lead. Again, the clinical accuracy, the setup, and the shot dispatched quickly. Mingis Hill put under a lot of pressure very early on. The Germans again rolling forward, wanting to clinch their place in the final. And again, openings created, and a brilliant save by McNabb, but Saliger's there, lifting it in. The keeper made the initial save, but you can't stop Saliger. His second. And there's McNabb. Just watch the keeper reacting brilliantly, but of course straight to Saliger, the little lift shot into the net. 3-0. Saliger, 11 goals in the tournament so far, and this 3-0 lead now, even at this early stage, stamping the Harvester authority. And here they come again. Mingis Hill exposed. The Germans picking their spot, and they say thank you very much. 1, 2, 3, and there it is, another goal. They lead by 4-0, and again it's Dirk Staudinger. The Mingis Hill defence absolutely torn apart. It was a case of take your pick, and Staudinger did. Well, the Germans producing indoor hockey of magnificent quality here, and they've picked up another one. Staudinger again, and Mingis Hill have been literally caught cold in the opening 6 minutes of this first semi-final, and there he is, seemed to have no chance but squeezed it away, and that makes it 5-0. Well, that's a giveaway, but off the stick of Green, just controlling it. As once again the Germans come forward, and a penalty corner awarded for that chopping tackle there from Jimmy Cox, and Mingis Hill have to pull back. McNabb, well, 5 goals conceded, and just over 12 minutes remaining as the Dundee lads try and contain the German machine. Another variety and another flashing shot, crashed in by Gerke, number 11, and into the roof of the net. Well, the Germans' accuracy with the corner, and there we are. What a clinical finish. Golden. Ross Yule going on his own, and then he wins the corner. So good driving run there from the Mingis Hill captain, and he's going to take the corner himself, and it's going to be taken from the right side. So this time, first real bit of pressure on the Germans, the first real opportunity for Mingis Hill. Going from right to left, Christie, Golden and Stibbles. Yule on the put-in. The Germans wait to break. Golden back to Stibbles. Christie fails to make it, but Golden puts it away. Mingis Hill have opened their account. Paul Golden getting it after John Christie had failed to make contact. Just watch the move as it comes across. Golden is involved. Christie didn't get it, but Golden tucked it away, and that makes it 6-1. Again, that one blocked there by Schuster, regaining possession. Kruger looks for it. Does he get it? Yes, he does. Richard Wilson, the English umpire, indicating that that one is going the German way. And over goes Klaus-Peter Kruger as McNabb waits again. Another onslaught. The Mingus Hill players broke a little bit early, but it was driven into the net there by number 11, Bjorn Gerke. His hat-trick, the ball in the net, and again, clinical efficiency from the Germans. Superb stuff. Golden trying to lift it through, but off the foot of the German defender. Quickly swept in, and oh, how about that from John Christie? A brilliant strike there by John Christie, and it was clipped away. Quick thinking here by Paul Golden, very sharply takes the push, and look at Christie coming up unmarked, quick jink to the side, and they dispatch into the corner. So Christie trying to get through, but the break is on for the Germans, and again Mingus Hill exposed, and it really is just a guide in by Schuster, and really his first goal, and the Germans' tally rises to 8. And look at this, looks up, and just a nice little thank you touch. Under 3 minutes remaining in the first half. Gulf between the sides at the moment, both in terms of play and scoreline. Again, the Germans closing Mingus Hill down. They're having to work very hard to try and get something. Stibbles couldn't get the shot away in. Oh, a lovely little chip there by Paul Golden. Now that was indoor hockey of good quality indeed. Mingus Hill seemed to have lost their chance, but watch Golden. He knew what he was doing. Arnsson's flailing arm couldn't keep the ball out, and that makes it 8-3. Now the Germans, rat-a-tat-tat passing, creating the chance, but now about, and my goodness, just hauled back there. But the German passing movement is really quite superb, and again they come so close. John Christie, oh yes, he can do it too. Golden, Christie, oh that is terrific stuff. Christie and Golden raise the hope for the Mingus Hill fans. Their goal tally goes up to 4, and that's a sweet goal. 8-4. Mingus Hill breaking again. Another chance, great save by the keeper, but a corner conceded off the foot of Michael Green. And Arnsson now conceded 4 goals. It's an unusual tally for him to lose, as the Scots again are rampant in the closing seconds. Arnsson did well. Golden. Christie, there it is, yes! Mingus Hill come roaring back into this. It seems as if they were absolutely out on their feet. But Golden and Christie combined. Christie gets his hat-trick. The first half producing 13 goals as Mingus Hill comes storming through. And that ball just pushed to the side. And Mingus Hill now have the corner, and they put pressure on the Germans right at the start of the second period. Paul Golden, 2 goals, but John Christie, the inspiring hat-trick hero, here he is, going in for the shot. Oh no, what a cracking goal! In off the inside of the post, and suddenly Mingus Hill are right back in this semi-final. Christie waited, and with clinical accuracy put it in off the post. Very close, tense second half now, with only 2 goals separating the sides. One mistake could be costly, but Staudinger and Stengler couldn't combine there. But they've got a corner, and the Germans now very menacing from the set piece. Instructions now been given, and this is a tense anxious moment for Mingus Hill. Oh, and there it is, driven in perfectly by Gerka, his 4th goal, and eases Harvester into a 3-goal lead. Again, set up perfectly, and the ball in the roof of the net. Oh, a rear error by Christie, and a chance here, and that one lifted, and the corner awarded. Well, John Christie put his team in a little bit of trouble there, and they somehow managed to prevent the Germans from getting another goal that might have just put them out of sight, but they've got a set piece. They scored from the last one. Gerka is the man that's been on strike as Stengler comes across. McNabb waits. Gerka's got 4 goals, and he elects to give it to Stengler, and he just puts it in for his first goal in the tournament, and it really couldn't have been easier. This time Gerka was unselfish. There was no powerful shot, but just say, there you are, do what you like. And Stengler said, thank you very much. The captain scores his first goal in the tournament, and Harvest-Hooder advanced to 10 goals to 6 they lead. As Mingus Hill try and contain this thrusting attack, but again with McNabb out of his goal. And that is a penalty stroke, no doubt about that one. Number 13, Klaus Peter Kruger, chopped down, and a penalty stroke awarded to the Germans. The clock stopped on 8 minutes and 9 seconds remaining. Christie pensive, and McNabb now will be facing number 13, Klaus Peter Kruger, the man who was brought down. Kruger hasn't scored in this semi-final so far. And McNabb brings off the save of the match. Kruger looks back in astonishment. McNabb the hero as Kruger comes, and a brilliant right touch there, and there we are, diving to his right, and that is magnificent goalkeeping. Have Mingus Hill got the determination to battle back? The Germans now extra resolve, and a little bit of space created and flicked in, and it's just gone in. Tevish Koza, number 15, gets his first goal of the tournament, and that's a goal number 11 for the Germans. It was laid on a platform. Mingus Hill were slightly exposed. McNabb did well, but the ball had enough strength to cross the line.
Yes, it looked like a Mingus Hill comeback was on the cards at one stage, but in the end a comfortable win for Harvest-Hooder. But who would they meet in the final? Would it be the other Scottish side, Western in Suspension, or the team from the south, East Grinstead? They met in the other semi.
Neither team wanting to make errors, but Mingus fails to reach that one in the stretch, covering by McLeod. And again, the Scots doing well. Starling, Mingus, opportunity for Watkins, force wide, and then plays for the corner. He was in a very tight area. He played for it and got it. Goalkeeper John Clark, following in a long line of great English keepers. Roger Dakin, the coach, former keeper as well, and of course Ian Taylor. Callum McLeod, the lineup. Just can't wait to break. Not killed, the defence out, and it looks as if the Scots are closed down a little bit too quickly, but they've got another opportunity. That there was the chance. Wasn't controlled very well. Craig Watkins didn't really do the job, closed down, but he did well to, it was lifted off the keeper's stick, so that is another corner. So a second opportunity. The accurate stop needed. Deflected, and Leman on the line, and that's a penalty stroke. Now Leman is protesting, and it is a penalty stroke. Steve Simpson says a penalty. Now watch this, it was deflected, that would have gone in, and he didn't stop it properly, so it must be a penalty. The clock stopped on 13 minutes 53 seconds as Roddy Philp comes forward. And he hits the post. Oh, a chance is gone. And Philp, the top scorer, misses the chance off the post, and the keeper had no chance. Well, he seemed to have done everything right, but square off the post. Rhys Grinstead now in on Thompson, and the keeper having to react quickly, but concede the corner. Gary Thompson foiling number 5, Mark Zander. Zander got through there, but Thompson was alert to the danger. This is the chance, out to Leman. Assault, again it's blocked, but again at a corner, and Assault is not too happy. Shrug of the shoulders, and I feel there the Scots were a little bit fortunate there. So the English get another chance. Thompson still under pressure. Van Asselt finally makes it. He scored 5 goals in the final in 1988. He opens the East Grinstead account in the semi-final with a flashing shot right into the net. That ball travelling at pace, close to 100 miles an hour as it zips into the net. Wallace to Organ. Sander. Oh, a gift. Chance here now for Western. And oh, they put it away. Oh dear, oh dear. Number 13, Roddy Philp, had the chance. It was gifted to him there, and he was off balance as he was stretching back. Again, the outside of the post. And at the other end, East Grinstead show how it's done. Just clipped away very simply, very positively by number 4, Chris John. There's the opening, and really an open goal which was just flicked away very simply. Another raking run through. Thompson exposed, but does well to block it and turn it away at the corner, as really the game is not going Western's way. Again, another driving run. The opportunity here, but Thompson doing exceptionally well to save there from Batty, but a corner. So here we are waiting for the put-in. Leman, and oh, beautifully taken by Mark Zander, and that really could be the killer goal that would finish off Western from the set piece. Watch the way the ball is switched, and Zander picked his spot. East Grinstead side now playing with one eye on the clock in the closing seconds of the first half. Break on, and really Thompson beaten, and there is number 4. Batty is given a present. The Scots defence were caught apart, and the clock tells its story. 4-0 to East Grinstead as the half-time hooter beckons. So another corner to the Scots. They've had a string of corners and set pieces, but haven't been able to put the ball past John Clark in the East Grinstead goal. The Scots need the lift of a goal. And again the chance, and this time a penalty stroke is awarded. Another penalty. Now just watch this one. It was swept back across McLeod, and it hit the defender on the line, and that will be a penalty stroke. And number 13, once again, Roddy Philp will get the opportunity. He hit the post in the first half, and Clark facing Philp. And he puts it away cleanly and swiftly, and the Scots will get the lift with 7 minutes remaining. And this is how penalties should be taken. A break on here, 1 against 1. Fast support arriving, and the goalkeeper been taken off, and it's put into the net. Driven in by Wallace as number 4, the goalkeeper there, came out. The back in goal, and Wallace had all the time in the world to place it neatly into the corner. East Grinstead lead by 5 goals to 1. Their place in the final is now booked. The clock has stopped in 1 minute 40 seconds as East Grinstead concede a corner. And Clark waits. Driven in, and a cracking goal by Michael Starling, but it's all come too late for the Scots. It really won't change events. It was well taken, and you wonder if they couldn't have done a little bit more of that a little bit earlier. It might just have changed the way things have gone. East Grinstead now come through, another surge. Can they finish off with another goal? They lead by 5 goals to 2. And they're just taking their time. They know the clock, time is on their side as the ball goes through, and there's another one turned in, and that was so simple. Chris John knew that the keeper was out, and with about 7 seconds remaining, he just tucked it away into the corner, and there it goes.
So Western missing out, but I suspect that they'll be delighted with the progress that they've made in this tournament this weekend. Well, before we show you some more of that grown-up action, there's a chance to see a very special under-12s challenge match. We broadcast some of this match last year, and subsequently the Hockey Union was inundated with requests from youngsters as to how and where they could take up the sport. That's very encouraging indeed, so let's see some of this year's action. The under-12 challenge is being contested by Western and Inverleith. Certainly got the idea, haven't they? Some wonderful maturity of stick work and skills on show there. Terrific enjoyment as well. Well, there's enjoyment still to come. We're looking forward to the main event, the final. But first of all, it's the third place playoff, and featuring the 2 Scottish sides, Western in Suspension against Mingus Hill. We'll pick it up in the first half, and there's no scoring.
Mingus Hill in possession. Play on. Cox. Now Squire, but again Thompson foils the youngster, who certainly pulled the trigger early, but the goalkeeper was out exceedingly fast. Good build-up, but look, Thompson spots the danger and right out. And again, McNabb at the other end. Feature of this match reflected in the scoreline. Both goalkeepers having an excellent game. Still no score as the forwards try and break down defences. There's no doubt about it. McNabb at one end and Thompson at the other of producing some excellent form. Now Starling right through in, and McNabb, oh, and a reverse play, and somehow Golden got back. That was an astonishing bit of work by Mingus Hill. Michael Starling can't believe it, but look at that stick work. Literally dragged it round the keeper. It seemed as if he would get it, but Golden at full stretch. Still seeking the first goal. Who will break the deadlock? Lane comes in, but Christie intercepts. A counter-attack. Cox stibbles at the far side, but Cox couldn't get to it. Looked for something there, but didn't get it. But That move will break down. McNabb does well. Gets it to Yule, he closes it down, then gives it a little bit away. A reverse stick shot there by Phil, but it goes, and that will be a corner. Just over a minute and a half remaining. And stopped by Christie, but that's a penalty stroke. And Christie appealing there, and Mingus Hill not too happy about that. Well, the shot here was set up, driven in, and Christie knocked it away, but it's got to drop horizontally, and he knocked it out. So it is a penalty stroke, and with the clock stopped on 1 minute 36 seconds, Christie giving a lecture to his teammates as Kevin McNabb will now face Roddy Philp. Philp and McNabb. Philp missed a penalty in the semi. Let's see what he does this time. Oh dear, Roddy Philp, top scorer for Indispension Western, and that's the second penalty he's missed in this tournament, and that one never even hit the frame of the goal. It was way over the top. Now Starling. Great chance, and dispatched with clinical efficiency. Callum MacLeod finally breaks the deadlock, and it was Starling's determination, and really MacLeod couldn't miss, could he? And no way could McNabb stop that. Christie to Yule. Chance in the corner. Squire couldn't get it through. Now a break on. Watkins going all the way, and he just couldn't quite finish, but again Christie was in there, but a dazzling run from Craig Watkins, deep in his own half, kept going. Christie sensed the danger, the keeper forced him wide, and Christie was still there just to cover, just in case, and that was on target. Now chance for Mingus Hill, turned in, and it's finally gone in. Yes, Gary Thompson finally admits defeat. Mingus Hill are level. Well, they all count through the keeper's legs. Not the best goal of the tournament, but nevertheless it counts. Golden, again, backing up play. Good ball in by Cosgrove, and that's corner. Set piece. Dramatic pointing by the umpire. Ray O'Connor from Ireland, as Cox prepares, holds it this time. Golden, and it does get through. The power of the shot finally breaking the Indispension defence. Paul Golden, cracking goal by him, and there it was, through, finding the net. The defenders doing everything right, what they thought, but Golden still managed to find the spot. 2.5 minutes left. Starling going the long way round. Good block. MacLeod, and again, is that a penalty stroke? Yes, it is. Yet another penalty. Paul Golden was on the line, but an illegal stop. Well, Mingus Hill got themselves into a bit of a fankle. McNabb really deserved somebody to be supporting there, but the shot went in, and who will take it but Michael Starling? Can he do it again? Starling versus McNabb. 2 minutes 25 seconds remaining. Oh yes, and he put it into the roof of the net, and we're all square. Perfectly driven into the roof of the net, and really this shot hit the net. McNabb had no chance. Tries to drive it in, plays for it again. Stibbles tries to drive it through. He's in a tight spot, looks for the corner, and he's got it. The set piece as the clock ticks down. Now Mingus Hill can take their time. There's no rush. They know that the hooter will go because there's only about 30 seconds left, and they can complete the action. Christie's telling them wait. Golden, and that is no side. Well, well, well. Indispension saved the day right on the line when it seemed all was lost. The save was positive, and they managed to divert it. As the countdown goes, there was the chance, and that was Mingus Hill's last chance of the match. As Indispension break, the hooter goes, and the third, fourth place playoff match ends in a 2-each draw.
So it finished 2-2, and the two sides decided that an honourable draw was the thing to call it. They decided to forgo penalty flicks. Well done to both sides. Well, now, of course, to the main event, the final itself. The two teams are warming up behind me, East Grinstead and Harwich the Hooter. Alistair Alexander will run through the teams for us while I go and find the captains.
And there is the Harwich the Hooter, the German champions lineup, holders of the Glenfiddich International Trophy. They've got a 100% record in this tournament, and a key player in achieving that record is number 6, Stefan Saliger. Great player, top scorer in the Harwich the Hooter lineup, 11 goals to his credit so far. And facing them is East Grinstead, the English champions, competing in the Glenfiddich International for the third time. They're reaching the final for only the second time. In 1988, they lost narrowly 7-5 to Mingus Hill. Bram van Asselt scoring all 5 goals. And they'll be led and inspired by a player who won an Olympic gold medal in Seoul, 34-year-old Richard Leman, the most capped British hockey player.
You were beaten 11-5 the other evening by the German side. Were you keeping anything in reserve?
Well, it was 4-4 at half-time, and we thought we'd better give a few of our other players a little run in the second half. Just looking forward to the final. Very much looking forward to it.
Now, most people are of the opinion that you'd be happy with second best, would you?
No, never get on a pitch without wanting to win. Very, very important. And nor would Thomas, I'm sure that's the case.
Indeed. Now, Thomas Schuster, you're the German captain. You've really cruised through the tournament so far. Have you been keeping anything back for this final?
Yeah, sure we have. The guys went out in the athletic hall over there and started warming up, and they want to give something special to all the spectators that are here in Glasgow right now.
How much do you want to win this?
Yeah, sure, we want to defend our title, which we won at an excellent time last year, so very much, we like that trophy, this little stone.
Can you stop them?
We can. At the end of the day, there are 12 people in the squad, and you've only got 6 on the pitch at any one time. It's down to how people play. That's what it's about. We're going for it.
Okay, we'll leave you to complete your preparations. Off you go, gentlemen. Thank you very much. We're looking forward to a terrific Glenfiddich final. Let's get back to Alistair Alexander.
Have a great game, Thomas.
Hey, see you on the court.
The 1994 Glenfiddich International Indoor Hockey Tournament final gets underway. The 15th final in this prestigious tournament. And Harwich the Hooter, the holders, quickly go on the offensive, looking for an early goal. Staudinger, East Grinstead defence, holding fast, and Mark Zander gets that one through. A break on here, great opportunity, Bram van Asselt, and he just teases that one wide of Tim Schultz, the German number 2 keeper, and wide of goal. And the German defence caught absolutely exposed. The big Dutchman really should have hit the target. So almost a shock opener there for East Grinstead, the English champions in their section match, remember, lost to Harwich the Hooter. And good save there by John Clark. Gerka gets it through. Determination from Richard Organ. Countered there by Bjorn Gerka again. But that one just lifted. Leman and Organ staying in firm control at the back. Good battling performance there by Jason Lee, number 8 for East Grinstead. He's the top scorer. Here's another chance, and it's a goal! Brilliantly, he slipped away. East Grinstead take the lead in 18 seconds. That was a simple goal, and dispatched with style by Mark Zander. His third goal of the tournament slipped neatly past Schultz, and East Grinstead are ahead. As Van Asselt again, good strength and power, and well played. Leman, East Grinstead flourishing, and his stick hooked there. Well, Richard Leman in full flight, and he was the stick and the leg, I think. And the umpire, I think, is going to give a penalty corner for that. So Leman just waiting. The strike force. Organ got to get this one accurate. The Germans quick off the line. Van Asselt off the bar. East Grinstead. Tremendous start here as Van Asselt comes so close to number 2. Again, the corner set up. Van Asselt had the control and the direction was just fractionally out. The Germans' defence hurrying to close down the gap. They were beaten, and the crossbar to the rescue. Like Ian Taylor and Roger Dakin, the current coach of East Grinstead. And here they are, pushing through again, and they won a corner. Well, Chris John was in there. It was Leman's pass. John's skill, and it off the foot of Stengler. So Tim Schultz under a lot of pressure, and the East Grinstead now have another corner. Will it be a repeat of the last occasion when Mark Zander got the opener? Bram Van Asselt, oh, a cracking drive into the roof of the net. Harvester the defending champions 0, East Grinstead, the English champions 2, and this is as sweet a goal as you'd wish to see. The big Dutchman put it away so cleverly. No chance for the keeper, 2-0. So Bram Van Asselt again finding the net in the final. Remember the 5 he got in 1988 and finished on the losing side. But the Germans are really going for it. Great bit of work, but they won a corner. And the English defence were at full stretch. The pressure here created by Stengler and the little flick, and then onto the feet of Leman. Well, John Clark been very effective. Anxious moments, testing moments. The first half speeding by. And there's the Germans pulling one back. A cracking drive there from Bjorn Gerke. Scored 4 goals in the semi-final. And you couldn't ask for a better finish than that. Shelled it into the corner. And here we go from behind. And that just emphasises the power of the shot. (2-1), and the Germans back in the final, and with just under 8 minutes to go in the first half. Final of action and movement and skill. Once again, Gerke strikes, driving run. Clark senses danger. Trying to set it up, and again the English defence are resolute. Good reply here from Bachty, and it turned in! Yes, Phil Wallace. Oh, he's delighted with that goal, as well he might. Made by Batty, finished by Wallace. Look at the skill here in the corner. Green drawn, Batty with the stick, and a little touch says thank you very much. That one just guided home with precision. Good break here, and that one off the foot of Organ, played there by Gerke, and they'll get the push just outside the area. Christian Stengler gets the return. Oh, brilliant save, and the keeper smothered it. Now, well, the Germans unhappy with Craig Madden's decision here, and Clark did exceptionally well with his stick, stuck the ball dead, tried to smother it. That's illegal, and really, I think the umpire gave the benefit to the goalkeeper and not the attacker. Five and a half minutes left. Young fans holding up the Harvester banner to try and encourage their favourites. Certainly the Germans were favourites to take this title, no question about it. But at the moment, it is East Grinstead deservedly in the lead by 3-1. Zander, Van Asselt and Phil Wallace the scorers. Gerke for Harvester. And here they are driving through again. Stengler Clark out of his goal, Green in the corner. Looks for support, has to go back to the halfway line to find it. Again, Clark, brilliant save, Green touch, and there is a goal to reduce the leeway. Michael Green stayed up, and then that long driven ball came through. There it was, picked through by Gerke. Green picked his spot in the corner. Young Koser coming on, number 15, getting a baptism of fire in this final. Gerke driving a long one down. We haven't really seen Saliger in this final. He hasn't been in the action. He may well have picked up a little injury knock, but the Germans are certainly holding him in reserve for the second half. Let's see what happens. Round the keeper, and what a dazzling finish! Well, Saliger appears, and suddenly, look at the magical skills and the devastating finish. And this only serves to underline this player's magnificent skills. Now, Le Mans pushed forward now for East Grinstead. Shielding it. Good pass, but good work by Schultz. But nevertheless, that one rising, and a corner awarded, played for by East Grinstead. Tim Schultz, the number 2 keeper. The Germans normally they carry their 2 keepers and play them half a piece. We'll probably see Andreas Arntzen in the second half, and that's just about 2 minutes away. Half time. Again, technique to defend corners. Le Mans turned inside, John gives it back to Le Mans. Oh, and he tried to play it back, and again in step number 15, Koser, and off his foot, so another corner. Well, 1-2, an extra move there, but they get away with it, and they get another corner. Again, the set piece. Again, the Germans wait to break. Le Mans and John. Le Mans waits, sees the chance, the keeper stays put, blocks it, it comes out, it's driven back in, great shot by Chris John from a tight angle. Beaming smile over the mouth guard, and Chris John finished this one off in real style. Intense pressure by East Grinstead inside the closing minute, and then the flashing drive as the keeper was on his knees, and very well placed. 17 seconds remaining. Richard Le Mans has a look at the clock. They'll want to get to half time. They'll settle, I think, for 4-3. On countdown now. The hooter will sound. Can it East Grinstead snatch a goal before? It does. No, they can't. They can't. But nevertheless, an entertaining first half that's produced 7 goals. An encouraging start for East Grinstead. They just haven't quite been able to pin down Stefan Saliger for the entire match, but at half-time, those goals from Mark Zander, Bram van Asselt, Phil Wallace and Chris John have put East Grinstead into a narrow 4-3 lead. Mark Zander about to get the second half underway. Immediately back to Richard Le Mans. He tries to drive through. Jason Lee getting that one down the line, and you can see right away that the Germans have changed their goalkeeper right at the start of the second half. Andreas Arntzen, the experienced goalkeeper, coming in to replace Tim Schultz. So the Germans will have reorganized at half-time. Coach Jost Milkau will certainly be urging them to get a little more spark and flair and produce goals. And they're now starting to get into gear. East Grinstead pinned back on half court as that ball goes through towards Staudinger, but it just lifted fractionally and the chance was gone. So Richard Le Mans, who's been a very influential player for East Grinstead, at the back, coming through. That one lost there. Le Mans still there. Now here's Saliger. Saliger to Staudinger. Saliger dances away from his marker. Staudinger tries to get it through off the feet of Le Mans. Quickly through and across to Gerke. Gerke down the left side, and it's Clark who's there, doing enough to smother that one. Gerke, a constant probing threat, and again, John Clark, the East Grinstead keeper, did well to deflect that one into the side netting. As it comes to Stengler. Stengler, number 17, across to Gerke. Gerke holds it. All English players back. Le Mans defending, and Organ again. These two very important key players for East Grinstead. The German pressure again, and Clark gets a touch. Staudinger there, and Staudinger not pleased with the Dutch umpire's decision for no side there. Peter von Rett. As that one goes through, a half chance here for Jason Lee, but Stengler intercepts with Andreas Arntzen off balance. Stengler was in the right position at the right time. Again, a drifting run, great control, using the stick well, right into the danger zone, and he wins a corner, and the crowd really respond to the stick work skills of number 17, Christian Stengler. And Stengler's skills could very well produce him the player of the tournament. He and Saliger must be vying for it. Here's the set piece. Oh, driven in with power by Stefan Saliger. Suddenly he turns the game round again. It's just laid off so sweetly. What a finish. And just to underline it, there's no chance for the English defence. The Germans now full court pressure. Stengler again, manipulating the ball so sweetly and cleverly, setting up another counter-attack. Jinking through there is Staudinger. He really took that one right through, but it raised off an English stick last. And Staudinger's threat is still potent as he leaves the corner to Stengler. Stengler walks over quietly and calmly as on the strike there is Kreuger, Gerke and Saliger. Stengler. Oh, is it in? Yes, it just crossed the line and no more. The Germans are ahead by 5 goals to 4 for the first time in the match. And Stengler gets the credit. Just watch this one. They varied the move. Stengler actually just forced it in. A brave effort by John Clark and Richard Lehmann. And as you can see, it just crossed the line and no more. Lehmann made a great effort. Break on here by the Germans. Saliger drawing Clark. And Clark looks to be pulling him down, and that's a penalty stroke. Saliger's power and pace. The keeper couldn't do much about it. Saliger was there, and look at Clark. He really went for the man. And it will be a penalty stroke. Bjorn Gerke about to take this penalty stroke. A stroke at a vital time. The clock stopped on 9 minutes and 44 seconds remaining as keeper John Clark, who's been a real hero for East Grinstead, faces the penalty stroke king. And he misses it. Well, Gerke is absolutely devastated. He couldn't believe it. And I don't think we can either. He put it past the post. And Clark might well have covered it too. Watch it again. Yes, the keeper was certainly there, but the ball was going wide. Great spirit between the teams. As Lacey tries to get it through. Now Stengler down. Missed out there by number 14, Schuster, the captain. And he won't catch it despite his efforts. So once again, Lehmann, the green, quick counter-attack. Mr. Hooder, Stengler now, when he moves forward, there's a chance, and he creates it for Schuster. He got the touch, now made by Stengler, scored by Schuster, and that makes it 6-4 for the Germans. The lancing pass, the little dive, and thank you very much. Goal number 6 taken so easily. And the Germans almost going backwards right to the halfway line, but an interception by Bati, and onto the feet of Schuster. And that is a good bit of play there by the Germans. One had the feeling that they were playing for a little bit of time as well. The clock ticking down. And East Grinstead, in fact, awarded a penalty corner. Michael Green smiles. So the chances are here now for East Grinstead. If they can get something from this, there is time to work for an equaliser that could take this game to extra time and penalty strokes. Lehmann could be the man, and he does! Richard Lehmann gives East Grinstead the lifeline they needed exactly at the right time. He took his time, he was calm, and he finished well. There seemed to be no way through, but he forced it under the keeper. 6-5, the Germans ahead. And 2 minutes, 40 seconds remaining. As once again they come. Clark Mahira at the other end and no side. East Grinstead now. Time is, they've got it on their side. They can work it, and that's what they're doing. Jason Lee wins the free push. Well, Richard Organ back on, the captain. Back to Richard Leman. Chris John. Good ball. Chance in. Brilliant save. Bram van Asselt got the effort in. They brought him on. But it's the Germans under a counter-attack. Brilliant tackle by Organ. But he's robbed by Dick Staudinger. Staudinger going through. Lifts it. And that would lift the trophy as well. Because it gives the Germans a 2-goal cushion with 2 minutes to go. And Staudinger's skills. But just that little lift and nudge put the ball in. And East Grinstead caught cold. After pulling themselves back into it, the Germans go straight up and score another goal to give themselves another 2-goal cushion. The Germans look certain now to retain the Glenfiddich trophy and maintain this magnificent 100% record in the tournament, with some hockey that has been absolutely marvellous to watch. As once again they turn on the style, look for another goal, and they've got another corner to the dismay of East Grinstead. We're now inside the final minute. Countdown is on, and John Clark has played his part in East Grinstead's great effort to try and wrest the trophy from the holders, but they have failed really in the final analysis, and the Germans now can take their time. And another shot rattling off the post, picked up by the keeper, and it goes in. Yes, well, number 11, Bjorn Gerka, that makes up for his missed penalty and makes it 8-5. But I think he admits that he was a bit lucky. He hit the post, but there he was to pick up at the second attempt and finish it off. And that makes it 8-5. There's no way back for East Grinstead. Ten seconds left now, and the Germans cruising to victory in the end, as Chris John goes down to once again Test Arntzen, and they both shake hands. The hooter goes, and it is the Germans, Harvest the Hooter, triumphing over the English champions East Grinstead by 8-5, and both teams acknowledge what has been an extraordinary final. A final producing 13 goals, and really the crowd enjoyed this one, no doubt about it. The Germans deserve to triumph, but all credit to East Grinstead for battling right to the end.
So not unexpectedly, the German team retains the Glenfiddich trophy, the one which their captain Thomas Schuster said he admired so much. And further spoils for Harvest the Hooter, Christian Stengler named as the player of the tournament. But full credit to the English side for taking the game to Harvest the Hooter in the final. Well, that brings us to the end of the 15th and indeed the final Glenfiddich International. Work is ongoing to make sure that this tournament continues to grow in stature. But in the meantime, we hope you've enjoyed our coverage. It's certainly been a privilege to bring it to you. From us all here in the Kelvin Hall, it's good night.
in Glasgow.